gets really cold, but you know, it always draws a nice, decent crowd of people.
It's a beautiful day. We're nice and toasty warm.
Are you guys Irish?
They are. I'm Italian.
Everyone's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. The annual parade started in 1971 as a leisurely stroll along Massachusetts Avenue. Now it's a 2-hour, mile-long celebration of Irish culture along Constitution Avenue. 2 local college teams heading down south as their March Madness journey continues. Frank Hanrahan joins us to break it all down next. Plus, Topper will tell us when we will see the heaviest snowfall. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, WUSA 9 Game On Sports with Frank Hanrahan. Brought to you by Xfinity.
All right, Maryland basketball is headed to warmer weather. They are lucky. Let's see if they can get it done and be lucky as a 6th seed. Facing number 11 Xavier Thursday night, 6:50, first round of the NCAA tournament. Yeah, a little anxious for the Terps. They were one of the last teams to get announced into the West region, finished 24-8, third in the Big Ten regular season. Now they want to make a run.
We were sitting in my basement wondering when our name was going to pop up. And, you know, each time we kept, oh, it's going to be this one, it's going to be this one. And our name kept, you know, and then you saw, you know, Wisconsin was an 8. You're like, oh, my gosh, what's going on here?
Virginia is a 5 seed in the East. Wahoos will play UNC Wilmington also on Thursday, 12:40, also in Orlando. How about a Cinderella for you? Mount St. Mary's out of the NEC from Emmitsburg, Maryland, and as well They're in the first four. Mount plays New Orleans Tuesday night from Dayton, Ohio. And coming up on Game in Overtime, the week that was for the Redskins, not a great week, in fact, for the franchise. That and plenty more straight ahead on Game On Overtime.
All right, sound good. Let's talk snow.
Heavy access to snow shifting a little further west. Melissa has more in the morning, and we'll watch this. It hasn't even developed yet, so stay tuned.
All right, you've been warned. Game On is next. Have a good night.
Danny, could you give us something?
Yes, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Checking.
What's up? Steve, mic check when you get a chance.
Yep. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Steve.
This is Game On Overtime.
Break out your brackets. It is tournament time. As expected, the Maryland men going dancing again, but their seeding may surprise you. We break down the Terps' chances of making a run.
I was going crazy. I got up so fast I almost fainted. We had guys rolling around on furniture, rolling around on the floor, so it was really a special moment, and I was happy for my guys that they got that moment.
Virginia, of course, is in. And look who's in there for the first time since 2004. Virginia Tech. Hokies, Wahoos, how far can they go? We try to answer. It was an amazing week for the Redskins, but for mostly all the wrong reasons. So what does the future hold for the burgundy and gold?
If I have to tell a Redskin fan to have faith, they're not a Redskin fan. Okay? You know, man up. What's new? That's what we do.
All that and more as Game On Overtime starts right now.
All right, let's round out the West region. The number 6 seed, the Terps of Maryland, the 7th Big Ten team into the tournament.
Little nerve-wracking for Maryland, but they get in as one of the last teams announced. Third straight season, the Maryland Terrapins are headed to the NCAA tournament. Hey there, welcome inside Game On Overtime. I'm Frank Hanrahan. Lots of local interest in the NCAA men's tourney as it was unveiled tonight. Bit of a surprise was where Maryland landed, and they seem to be surprised as well. Terps get the 6th seed in the West region, but they will start in Orlando on Thursday, facing number 11 Xavier out of the Big East Conference. Maryland regarded highly by the committee, obviously, with this seeding. Finished 3rd in the Big Ten Conference regular season, and now it's an entirely new season for the Terps.
Once we weren't in the lower part of that bracket, I knew we were going to be one of the last names called, and my heart was coming through my sweater. You know, you never know. There's no guarantees, but I'm 99% sure we were in. So, you know, the last 2 years our names popped up quickly, and it was kind of like anticlimactic. Today was fun.
Going into the night, we had a lot of confidence we were going to be in, and to see all the teams go and all the different seedings of our league, we didn't really know where we were going to end up, and so it seemed like for almost every single announcement, like we were kind of on the tip of our toes thinking, you know, this could be us.
So what do we know about Maryland's opponent in Xavier? Musketeers' 21-13 record, earned an at-large bid after losing to Creighton in the Big East tournament semifinals. Well coached, solid team, but obviously going to be a very tough opponent for the Terps. So the top seed in Maryland's region is Gonzaga. Bulldogs almost went undefeated playing out of the West Coast Conference. They got size, some solid guard play. They are the number 1 seed for a reason. West Virginia, or as we like to call them, Press Virginia, led by Bob Huggins, is also in the West region. As a 4 seed, Mountaineers will play Bucknell in Buffalo on Thursday at 2:45. I'm confused by this pods in these regions and everywhere they play, but here's where the Terps bracket is. Gonzaga, again, the top seed in the West. Northwestern in that bracket, first ever NCAA appearance as an 8th seed, get number 9 Vanderbilt. That's the top half. Bottom half of that bracket, you see VCU, St. Mary's. That will be a very interesting first round tilt. And Arizona also in the region, fresh off that Pac-12 tournament title. All right, joining me now to discuss all of the madness and the bracketology. You guys got it. Danny Rouillet, 1067 The Fan. Steve Howes, head hoops coach at Catholic. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I want to get your thoughts first, Danny, on Maryland as a 6th seed.
I thought a bit of a reach for them, a bit overseeded, but not to the point of complaint. Not like Minnesota, for example, in their conference, or Wisconsin, who's got a pretty big gripe, having a look at Villanova there as an 8th seed in that region. I probably would have had Maryland as a low 7 coach, maybe a high 8 seed. But listen, as favorable draws go, this is a good one here for Maryland. Xavier, you already alluded to it, Frank. That's a good club. Missing their point guard, the guy that kind of stirs the drink for them, kid named Sumner. They haven't been the same since he's been out. Then you look at the other part, in the second round, Florida State, a bunch of tall guys, some pros on that team. They can't seem to get right and win many games either. They're struggling. They might go down to Florida Gulf Coast, could claim another victim. Every highlight for them, Coach, looks like an N1 mixtape tour. They're featuring Mountain Dew and dunking on people. This is a favorable bracket, though, for Maryland to get out of that first weekend.
It's a favorable bracket as long as they play defense.
Yeah.
And do not let their offense dictate their defensive effort, which in the Big Ten tournament we saw it kind of waned. If they hit shots, they played engaged, and if not, they didn't. I'd like to see Melo Trimble get more shots. He is great when he's going downhill to the basket. He's got that little shake with his shoulders, and he draws the contact. He needs to do more of that.
Yeah.
They started the game very well the other night, going inside the first 4 minutes. Second half, same thing, and then it sort of stopped.
They need some defense to offense, and I think Coach touched on it. Because sometimes when they get stuck in that half court, it looks like 5 strangers that don't really want to hang out with each other, and they're giving each other the silent treatment. When they get some runouts, they get some long rebounds, get you into a bad shot, get you out of what you're comfortable with, they get some of those easy buckets. Melo in transition is a good Melo. You get a couple of those, I think that will be something that could help Maryland get out of that opening weekend.
Kevin Herter in the open floor.
Yes.
We can get an uncontested 3.
Yeah.
He was hot in the first half against Northwestern and then went silent. Didn't get the ball, didn't get good looks. Get out in transition with some of those pushes and then find him and get him going.
Coach Turgeon the other night questioned his team's toughness after the loss to Northwestern. Is this strategical, or is this just being obvious and